Esselamu Aleyküm. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين مدد يا رسول الله مدد يا سادة أصحاب رسول الله مدد يا مشايخ الأسرار قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said,
صلاة في مسجد هذا كألف صلاة فيما سواه إلى المسجد الحرام وصيام رمضان بالمدينة كصيام 1000 شهر فيما سواها وصلاة الجمعة بالمدينة ك1000 جمعة فيما سواها. Buyuruyor ki bu mescidinde kılınan bir namaz Mescid-i Nabawi yani.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that if you perform prayer in my mosque, in the Masjid, the mosque of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him,
Haram dışında başka mescitlerde kılınan bir namazda namaz gibidir. Yani
then the prayer performed in the mosque of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is 1000 times more valuable than a prayer performed somewhere else except for the Masjid al-Haram.
Bir bin namazın sevabını alır.
When you perform the prayer in the mosque of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, you will be getting 1000 times the reward you would be getting somewhere else except for the prayers performed at the Masjid al-Haram at the Kaaba.
Medine'de tutulan Ramazan ayı orucu başka yerde tutulan bir ay gibidir.
And if you fast in the city of Medina, then that fasting will be as valuable as 1000 fasts somewhere else.
Medine'de kılınan cuma namazı başka yerde kılınan 1000 cuma namazı gibidir.
If you perform Jummah prayer in Medina, then that Jummah prayer will be 1000 times as if you had prayed Jummah somewhere else.
Yani her şeyler orada 1000 misli oluyor.
Everything you do in the holy city of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is worth 1000 times.
Peygamber Efendimizin hürmetine.
And this is a gift by Allah Almighty for the honor of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة في المسجد الحرام 100 صلاة وصلاة في المسجد 1000 وصلاة في البيت المقدس 500 صلاة. Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Mescid-i Haram'da yani Kabe'de kılınan bir namaz.
If you perform prayer, our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says, if you perform prayer at the Masjid al-Haram, at the Kaaba,
100.000 namaz benim
then that prayer is worth 100,000 prayers.
Mescid-i kılınan bir namaz, bir namazı.
And if you perform a prayer in my mosque, the Masjid al-Nabawi, then that prayer is 1000 times worth than prayers performed in other places.
Namazı sevap alıyor. Ve Beyt-i Makdis yani Kudüs'te Mescid-i Aqsa'da kılınan bir namaz 500 namaz mukabilidir.
And if you perform prayer at the Masjid Aqsa in Jerusalem, then that prayer will be worth 500 prayers compared to somewhere else.
Onların hürmetleri, sevapları çok fazladır.
These are blessed and honorable cities and places, according which Allah Almighty increases the favor and the rewards of the prayers you perform.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الصلاة في مسجد قباء كعمرة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Kuba mescidinde kılan bir namaz.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that if you perform prayer at the Masjid Quba,
Umre gibidir.
Then the prayer performed at the Mosque of Quba is worth an umrah.
Yani Kuba Medine'de gelen o mescid.
That masjid, the Mosque of Quba, is to be found in Medina too.
Kuba mescidi kılınan namaz umre sevabı alıyor insan.
And if you perform prayer there, the prayer you will be receiving the rewards of having performed an umrah.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الصلاة في المسجد الحرام ب100,000 صلاة والصلاة في المسجد ب1000 والصلاة في بيت المقدس ب500 صلاة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Mescid-i Haram'da kılınan bir namaz.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that if you perform prayer at the Masjid al-Haram,
100.000 namaz,
then that prayer will be worth 100,000 prayers.
Yani Kabe'de kılınan Benim mescidimde kılınan bir namaz 1000 namaz.
If you perform prayer in my mosque, the mosque of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, then that prayer will be worth 1,000 prayers.
Ben Beyt-i Makdis yani Mescid-i Aksa'da kılınan bir namaz 500 namaz.
And if you perform a prayer at the Masjid Aqsa in Jerusalem, then that prayer will be worth 500 prayers.
Mukabilidir. O kadar sevaplar fazladır.
And Allah Almighty has increased the rewards of the prayers performed at those blessed and holy sites.
قال رسول صلى الله عليه وسلم الصلاة في المسجد الحرام 100,000 صلاة والصلاة في المسجد 10,000 صلاة والصلاة في مسجد الرباطات 1000 صلاة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Mescid-i Haram'da kılınan bir namaz 100.000 namaz.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that if you perform prayer at the Masjid al-Haram, then that prayer will be worth 100,000 prayers.
Benim mescidimde kılınan bir namaz 10.000 namaz.
And a prayer performed in my mosque is worth 10,000 prayers.
Yani artık Peygamber Efendimiz hürmetine 10.000'de oluyor, 1000'de oluyor, 10.000'de oluyor.
For the honor of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, Allah Almighty increases the rewards of the prayers performed at the Masjid al-Nabawi 1,000 or up to 10,000.
Nöbet yerindeki mescitlerde kılan bir namaz da 1000 namaz mukabilidir. Ribat dediği yani bu sınırlarda düşmana karşı durduğu yerde kılınan namaz da 1000 namaz gibi oluyor.
And when you perform prayer at the frontier fighting against the enemy, then that prayer performed at the frontier is worth 1,000 prayers.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الصلاة في مسجد هذا أفضل من 1000 صلاة فيما سواه إلا المسجد الحرام والجمعة في مسجد هذا أفضل من 1000 وجمعة فيما سواه إلا المسجد الحرام وشهر رمضان في مسجد هذا أفضل من 1000 شهر رمضان فيما سواه إلا المسجد الحرام. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki
Our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, said,
bu mescidinde Nabavi'de kılınan bir namaz Mescid-i Haram Kabe'nin dışında başka mescidinde kılınan 1000 namazdan daha üstündür.
If you perform prayer in the Masjid Nabawi, in my mosque, in the mosque of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, then that prayer will be worth 1,000 prayers compared to other places, except for the prayers performed at the Masjid al-Haram.
Bu mescidinde kılınan bir cuma namazı Mescid-i Haram dışında başka mescitlerde kılınan 1000 cuma namazından daha üstündür.
If you perform Jummah prayer at the mosque of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, then that Jummah prayer will be worth 1,000 Jummah prayers compared to other places, except for the Jummah performed at the Masjid al-Haram.
Bu mescidinde tutulan Ramazan ayı orucu Mescid-i Haram dışında başka mescitlerde tutulan 1000 Ramazan ayı orucundan daha üstündür.
If you fast during the month of Ramadan in the mosque of our beloved Prophet, in the city of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, then that fast will be worth 1,000 fasts compared to other places, except for the fast during Ramadan that is performed at the Masjid al-Haram.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فضل الصلاة في المسجد الحرام على غيره 100,000 صلاة وفي المسجد 1000 صلاة وفي مسجد بيت المقدس 500 صلاة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Mescid-i Haram'da kılınan namaz başka mescitlerde kılınan 100.000 namazdan daha üstündür.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that a prayer performed at the Masjid al-Haram is 100,000 times superior to a prayer performed somewhere else.
Benim mescidimde kılınan bir namaz başka mescitlerde kılınan 1000 namazdan daha üstündür.
A prayer performed at my mosque, the Masjid Nabawi, is 1,000 times superior to a prayer performed somewhere else.
Beyt-i Makdis yani Kudüs Mescid-i Aksa'da kılınan bir namaz başka mescidde kılınan 500 namazdan daha üstündür.
And the prayer performed at the Masjid Aqsa in Jerusalem is 500 times more superior to a prayer performed somewhere else.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لو بني مسجد هذا إلى صنعاء كان مسجدي. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki bu mescidin genişliği Sana'ya kadar yapılsa bile yine benim mescidimdir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that if my mosque, if my masjid was as wide up to Sana'a, then it would still be my masjid, and that masjid would still reach up to the city of Sana'a.
Yani Nabawi'nin binası o mühimdir. O mescid Sana dediği ta Yemen'e kadar, yani 1000 kilometreden fazla var oradan oraya.
And Sana'a is a place in Yemen. It's as far as 1,000 kilometers. Our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, says that if my mosque was built as wide as to that place, then that is still to be considered to be my masjid.
Oraya kadar mescit olsa o gene benim mescid sayılırdı. Onun için mescidin dışında değil de yani bina, çoğu hacı gider oraya otelde yapar. Şimdi burası aynıdır diyorlar yanlarına. Yok, aynı değil. Mescidin içinde olması lazım.
And it is important when you make pilgrimage to the holy site of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, that you perform the prayer inside of the boundaries of the masjid. People stay in the hotel rooms and perform their prayers there. That is not equal to having performed the prayer inside the boundaries of the masjid of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him.
Yani mescidin neresinde olsun ama Mescid-i Nabawi olsun.
So if you are in the holy city of Medina, then you should perform your prayers inside the boundaries of the Masjid al-Nabawi. Regardless of wherever you are in that masjid, as long as you are inside the boundaries of that masjid, you should perform the prayers there and not perform the prayers outside in the hotel or somewhere else.
Öteki türlü mescitler var, başka mescitler ortada ama onlar
Of course, there are other masjids in the surroundings,
sayılmıyor.
but they do not count as the Masjid al-Nabawi.
قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم من لم يأتي بيت المقدس يصلي فيه فليبعث بزيت يسرج فيه. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki namaz kılmak için Beyt-i Makdis'e gidemeyen kişi aydınlatmada kullanmak üzere oraya zeytinyağı göndersin.
Our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, said that whoever is unable to travel to the Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem to perform prayer there should at least send olive oil there to be used for oil lamps.
Eskiden zeytinyağından aydınlatırdı.
In former times, people used to use oil lamps using olive oil.
Mescid-i Aksa'ya orada da aynı şey devam ediyor, bu Mescid-i Aksa'ya zeytinyağı gönderirler.
And this still continues up until today, that olive oil is sent to the Masjid al-Aqsa.
Ücretini götürürler, orada alırlar, insanın hayrına yaparlar.
And this is something they do as a donation or as a charity, where people give the amount for olive oil in order to give a charity to the Masjid al-Aqsa.
Müslüman inşallah. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تشد الرحال إلا إلى 3 مساجد المسجد الحرام ومسجد هذا والمسجد الأقصى. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki yalnız 3 mescid için yola çıkılır.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that there are 3 masjids which are worth traveling for.
Bunlar Mescid-i Haram.
You may travel, make a pilgrimage to the Masjid al-Haram.
Bu benim mescidim.
You may make a pilgrimage and travel to my masjid, the Masjid al-Nabawi.
Ve Mescid-i Aksa'dır.
And it is the Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem.
صدق رسول الله فيما قال أو كما قال زيادة من شرف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وأصحابه الكرام وإلى أرواح جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين خلفاء شرائعهم وإلى أرواح الأئمة الأربعة وإلى أرواح مشايخنا في طريقة النقشبندية التلاقية خاصة إمام طريقة وغوث الخليقة خواجة بهاء الدين محمد ويسير البخاري سيدنا عبد الخالق الجواني مولانا الشيخ شرف الدين الدرساني مولانا شيخ عبد الله فاز مولانا شيخ محمد ناظم هذا الحقاني وسائر ساداتنا الصديقين ومنح الفضلة وجوارهم وسيد أبزار فهد ورفقائه حجمة الصفات رابي جملة من قشف الله عشان شهدت لأن شهدت في روح الله تعالى الفاتحة.